What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Wager Zone podcast, and we are back for another UFC event, guys. This is going to be the first event of the whole entire year. I'm very excited because we had no UFC for the whole entire month, and now it is back. So I know a lot of us MMA fans are excited for all MMA events to be back, and for mainly UFC to be back. So let's get right into this fight card, guys. First fight of the night is going to be Joe Solecki taking on Nurullo Aliev, and we're going to be taking Aliev in this one, guys. It's going to be two grapplers going at it, but I just think Aliev is going to be on top for most of the time. Joe Solecki is not going to have good takedown defense to be able to stop Aliev, and I don't think Aliev is going to be able to get caught by any of Joe Solecki's submissions from the bottom. I think Aliev has a better hands as well. I don't think Joe Solecki's striking is there at all either. So, but I just think, like I said, I think Aliev is going to take him down over and over again and have a lot of top control in this match, and then end up just winning a decision victory. So, give me Aliev. I think he wins this fight by decision. Next fight of the night is going to be Victoria Dudikova taking on Fatima Klein, and we're going to be taking Fatima Klein in this one. I'm a big fan of Fatima Klein, so I really believe she wins this fight. Victoria Dudikova is honestly not really that good. She has a decent record with only one loss, but a lot of those fights where it gets canned, she hasn't fought anybody with actually a really good record. And I just believe that Fatima Klein is going to show her there's levels to this game, because Fatima Klein is a really good prospect coming in the women's division, and a lot of people are talking she's going to be a top 10, top 5 fighter one day. So give me Fatima Klein to win this fight. I think she wins this fight by decision as well. Alright, guys, this next fight is going to be Magomed Gadzhiyasulov taking on Bruno Lopez, and I'm going to be taking Magomed in this one, guys. I think Magomed is going to be able to take him down with ease, and I think Bruno Silva is going to be able to fight the takedowns for about one round. And if Bruno Silva doesn't knock him out in the first round, I don't think he's going to be able to stop the takedowns for 3 rounds consistently. And I believe Magomed is going to have a lot of top control in this fight, end up tiring Bruno Lopez with the ground and pound and top control, and probably getting a submission victory. And probably, I would say that about the 3rd round. So give me Magomed Gadzhiyasulov to win this fight via decision in the 3rd round. Alright, guys, this next fight is going to be Ernesta Kareckaite taking on Nicole Caliari, and I'm going to be taking Nicole Caliari to win this fight. I'm not going to be placing a bet on her actually to win. I'm probably going to be looking somewhere to parlay the over 2.5, because that seems like the better bet. But with this low level women's MMA fight, I actually can't give you a good read of who I actually realistically have a bet on to win. But my pick to win this fight is going to be Nicole Caliari. She's the underdog, a plus 200 underdog, but I'm not going to have too much of an investment on her, even if I don't even bet her. But like I said, I'm going to be looking at the over 2.5, probably put that in a parlay piece later on. So give me Nicole Caliari, but mainly I'm looking at the over 2.5 in this one. Alright, guys, and this one's going to be Preston Parkins taking on Jacoby Smith, and we're going to be taking Jacoby Smith in this one. Jacoby Smith is a really good prospect coming up here. I think this kid's legit. I think he's going to be one of the best prospects coming in MMA in a long time. His father was an MMA fighter in the UFC, and now he's coming in trying to make a name for himself as well. He came in Dana White's Contender Series, went and dominated that fight, and he just looked really good. And he took some shots in the fight, and he landed some shots, but overall, he looked really good in that fight, and I think he's the real deal. And I think Preston Parkins is going to have nothing for him. I think Jacoby Smith's going to be able to piece him up on the feet. I think Jacoby Smith's going to be able to take him down and dominate him with ground and pound. And I expect Jacoby Smith to get a finish in this one. So give me Jacoby Smith to win this fight. I think he finishes this fight either by submission or not. Alright, guys, this one's going to be Thiago Moises taking on Trey Ogden, and I'm going to be taking Trey Ogden in this one, guys. I think Thiago Moises and Trey Ogden and the feet are going to be probably even. I think both of them hit very hard, but both of them don't really have technical striking. It's more of brawler striking, but they both have really hard punches. But I just think it's going to come down to a grappler's match where Thiago Moises is going to be the jiu-jitsu guy that's not afraid to get on his back and try to throw something up from his back. But Trey Ogden is a good wrestler. I think he's going to be able to get this fight to the floor. I think he's going to be able to dominate from the floor on top. I think he's not going to be able to get caught in any of the submissions by Thiago Moises. And I do believe he's going to be able to land some shots on top. Like I said, I think it's going to be even on top. I think both of them are going to be able to land some shots, but I think Trey Ogden hits a little harder, and I think he's going to be able to land the shots that showed the judges a little bit more, and I think Trey Ogden's going to get the takedowns and have a lot of top control in this one. So give me Trey Ogden to win this fight. Alright, guys, this next fight is going to be Marco Tulio taking on Iro Poteria, and I'm going to be taking Marco Tulio in this one, guys. He's another big favorite, but I think he just wins this fight. I don't like Iro Poteria. If you're an MMA fan, you don't like Iro Poteria. Ever since he came out there and knocked out Shogun in the fight, everybody knew he was going to win. Shogun was way too old. He shouldn't have been there, but they went in there, knocked out Shogun Rua, and then did a little dance over him, and everybody just doesn't like him anymore. I think Dana White doesn't like him, and Dana White's just been giving this guy a murderer's row, and he's lost basically all these fights. And he almost won the Cesar Almeida's fight last time, where Cesar Almeida couldn't stop a takedown to save his life, but now he still lost the fight. And now I just believe Marco Tulio, he's not going to be able to take Marco Tulio down. He's not going to be able to strike with him. I think Marco Tulio is going to be able to take him down. I think Marco Tulio just on a Contender Series twice when he's fought on there just showed that he's a good fighter. I think he's going to beat Ior Pretoria however he wants to. So give me Marco Pretoria to win this fight, and this is probably going to be Ior Pretoria's last fight in the UFC. All right, guys, this one's going to be Jose Johnson taking on Felipe Brunes, and I'm going to be taking Jose Johnson, guys. I like this guy a lot. He's very long for the weight class. He knows how to use his length with the striking. He uses his length for good grappling as well. He gets this fight to the floor, and he can take your back and just get you in that backpack position where he goes for the choke, or he can just stand up and strike with you and use his striking with range and throw some front kicks and jabs at you. Like I said, I like him a lot. He's a very technical fighter. I haven't seen him really take a hard shot yet, so I don't know if he has a chin or not, but all around as a technical fighter, I like Jose Johnson. I think he's going to be able to go and win this fight. I don't think Felipe is going to be able to do anything with him. I don't think Felipe is a better striker. I don't think Felipe is a better grappler. I just don't believe Felipe is going to have anything for Jose Johnson, in my opinion. So just give me Jose Johnson to win. All right, guys, this one's going to be Austin Bashi taking on Christian Rodriguez, and this is a very tough test for Austin Bashi in his first fight in the UFC. Christian Rodriguez, no joke. He goes out there and gives a lot of high competition, a very good fight. He's lost a couple fights, but we can't not say that he's not giving them good fights. And Austin Bashi coming out of the Contender Series, this kid, I think, is legit. I think he's going to be a top 10 fighter in the UFC. I mean, in the weight class one day. In this weight class, I believe Austin Bashi is one of the best prospects coming out. I think he's going to be a top 10 fighter one day. I think he's going to come in here, show how good his striking is, how good his grappling is. But like I said, a very tough matchup for him for how young he is. If Christian Rodriguez pulls this off, I'm not going to say that I wouldn't be surprised. But, man, Austin Bashi is a very good prospect. And I don't know why Dana White would go out here and with a good prospect, go out here and give him such a tough fight for his first fight. But if Austin Bashi goes out here, wins this fight, he's going to show exactly what he's made of, because I do believe he's going to be one of the best prospects coming out of the contender series this past season. So give me Austin Bashi to win this one, guys. I think he wins this fight via decision. All right, guys, this fight's going to be Chris Curtis taking on Roman Kopylov. And guys, this fight I went back and forth all week on. Roman Kopylov, I'm a big fan of. Chris Curtis, the action man, I'm a big fan of. But at the same exact time, I'm going to be going with the underdog. I'm going to go with Chris Curtis. I think Chris Curtis is a good fight for him. I think Chris Curtis is really good at those technical sparring type of matches. That's the kind of fight he likes. So slow pace, tit-tat, back and forth, let's spar, let's see who's a better striker. And Roman Kopylov's the type of guy that's going to be able to do that with him. If Roman Kopylov tries to take him down like he did with Cesar Almeida last time, he's not going to be able to take down Chris Curtis, as Chris Curtis is a tank. This guy has great takedown defense, and he's not going to be able to get taken down by Roman Kopylov, especially when Roman Kopylov's not even a good wrestler himself. I think it's going to be a tit-for-tat technical striking match back and forth. And if you're going to give me a 50-50 match on this one with two guys I'm a big fan of, and I watch a lot of their fights, give me the underdog and Chris Curtis and the action man. I think he's going to be able to go out here and win this one as an underdog. All right, guys, this fight's going to be Abdul Razak Al-Hassan taking on Cesar Almeida, and I'm taking Cesar Almeida in this one, guys. This is going to be a banger. Both these guys are, well, one guy's a technical striker and a kickboxer that hits very hard, and the other guy's Abdul Al-Hassan is a guy that hits very hard. He swings wild, and if you get touched by this guy, man, like, if you better have a chin if you get touched by this guy. But I think Cesar Almeida is going to be able to prove that he has a technical striking to keep this fight away. If Al-Hassan tries to take him down, Cesar Almeida's takedown defense is getting a little better, but I just don't think Al-Hassan's going to be able to take him down, so I do think it's going to be a striking battle. And I just think Al-Hassan's going to be throwing wild at him, maybe hit him a couple times, but I just think Cesar Almeida, being a technical striker, a guy that's actually beat Alex Pereira in a kickboxing match a while back, but I just think, like I said, technical striker, moving around, and he's going to land one of the hard shots and end up knocking out Al-Hassan. So give me Cesar Almeida to win this fight by now. All right, guys, this one is going to be Santiago Ponzinibbio taking on Carlson Harris, and I'm taking Santiago Ponzinibbio on this one, guys. I'm a big fan of Santiago. I think he's one of the great fighters that just got hurt and his career never got to where it was supposed to be. And I don't think he could beat any of those top 10, top 5 fighters. But if you give him someone Carlson Harris that is almost the same age as him, basically, and a guy that is getting slower just like him, and a guy that's going to be able to stand there and bang with him, and is going to be able to try some grappling exchanges, that Santiago's probably going to end up coming on top. I just think he's going to be able to win this fight. It's a 50-50 fight, don't get me wrong. I think both of them could win this fight. Both of them have their good skills against each other, but in a 50-50 fight, guys, I'm going to be taking Santiago Ponzinibbio, and a guy I believe in. I've seen him more times show up than I've seen Carlson Harrison show up. So give me Santiago Ponzinibbio to win this. All right, guys, this is going to be the main event of the night. It's going to be Mackenzie Dern taking on Amanda Ribas. And guys, I went back and forth on this one all week. My heart tells me to take Mackenzie Dern because I've been a big fan of Mackenzie Dern her whole entire UFC career, her jiu-jitsu career. I've been watching her for a long time. And with Amanda Ribas, I've been a fan of her for a while as well. I've watched her since her debut in the UFC. She's a very happy person. She's always smiling. I like her attitude. If you guys watch her interviews, she's always happy. It's always just a great positivity that she brings to the UFC. And my head tells me to pick Amanda Ribas. Amanda Ribas won the first fight. Mackenzie Dern, couldn't get the takedowns, and Amanda Ribas ended up winning the fight by keeping the fight standing because she's a decent grappler herself. And guys, so I think the pick for me, I'm going to be taking Mackenzie Dern. I'm taking her as the underdog. It might be the last time I might be able to bet on Mackenzie Dern, so I'm going to be taking her. I think she has the ways to win this fight. If she gets this fight to the floor, I think she will end up submitting Amanda Ribas. I think she has a better ground and pound. It's the point is that she can get the fight to the floor. Don't get me wrong, guys. If you guys are on Amanda Ribas, I'm not going to argue against you because, yeah, my head tells me Amanda Ribas, but something in my heart tells me Mackenzie Dern, she just beat Lubita Godinez. She just fought in a grappling match that she just got beat, that I was at actually at I can't remember what is the Jiu-Jitsu tournament just happened in Las Vegas, guys. I cannot remember what it's called. Forget it, guys. I'll remember it probably later on. I'm going to be mad that I didn't say it in the video. But at the same time, she just got submitted in like less than a minute. And I was there. It was a very probably embarrassing jiu-jitsu match for her. And I just think she has a lot coming into this fight. She was going through a divorce and everything in her past. And now she has her mindset ready. And I believe she's going to go in here, get the takedowns, win this fight. I thought she won the Amanda Lemos fight. I thought that third round was a 10-8 round for Mackenzie Dern, where she should have at least come out with the draw in that fight with Amanda Lemos. And like I said, it's 50-50, guys, this one. If you guys are on Amanda Ribas, I don't argue with you, but I'm taking the underdog. I'm taking Mackenzie Dern to win this fight. I think she gets this fight to the floor and wins this fight via submission. And all right, guys, that is it for today's video. Like the video, subscribe to the page, come back every single day, guys. I do all different types of sports. I do the NBA, I do the NFL, I do soccer, I do MMA fights, all different types of organizations if you guys just like MMA. And yeah, guys, I haven't been on my normal schedule, but I'm trying to get back to my normal schedule, and I'm going to be trying to get back here every single day again like I used to. And all right, guys, I am out of here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's catch.